My friend was a lawyer in Peru, in Lima, as a matter of fact. Um, we met each other once, twice, sometimes three times a week, and we had nice conversations together. Um, he was born in a quite wealthy family from Arequipa. And one of these days, he asked me, um, can you come with me to Arequipa? Because there is a cultural festival going on. It takes a week, and I am invited, and I can take somebody with me. Do you like to come? And of course, because I was staying already a long time in Peru, um, I wanted to be there to practice my Spanish, and also I was quite interested in the cultural festival. When we arrived there, he said to me, "But you need to have a smoking." And I said, "Yeah, sorry, but I'm traveling around. I don't have a smoking, and if I'm traveling around, I don't take a smoking with me." He said, "It's no problem. You can use the smoking of my father." So on the opening night, we went to a very, very old Spanish house. You have to imagine there's a huge gate where you have to go through. The gate was meant to be for horses and cars, so that that you could come into the first patio. And around the first patio, the house had the ground floor and the first level. And on the first level, there was a huge balcony with old Spanish wood around it. The whole house was really, really old. I have no idea how old, but let's say from the beginning that the Spanish people were in Peru. And between the first patio and the second patio, that's the living area of the family, or the business area sometimes. And then in the second patio, that's the private patio for the family. And then you have a third patio where the servants were working. Now this whole house was one big museum. We were standing on the first patio, on the balcony, with our smokings on and with a pisco sour in our hand. A pisco sour is a traditional cocktail of Peru. We were having conversation with all kinds of more or less interesting people. And then we saw a helicopter landing. The helicopter landed, and on the third patio, which was a huge patio, and out of the patio came the president of Peru. Everybody was full, enthusiastic. The president is also coming to this festival, and in the meantime, I was shown around by a lady to the exhibition of photos and paintings. And because I was traveling around, when I'm traveling around, I always take a souvenir back home. So as you can see in some of around me at this moment. At that moment, I saw a really nice picture with a llama fetus in it, and I loved it very much. The colors, and I loved it totally. I loved it. And I asked the lady how much is this painting, and she was counting, and she said $100. And I thought, okay, instead of many little things, I buy one beautiful souvenir, and that's this picture. So I said, can I buy it? And she said, of course, and she puts my name on it. And then the president of Peru came, and everybody was being introduced, and then I was introduced at that moment. And they said, this is Marijn Vissers from Holland, And then they started to speak some Spanish words, what I really didn't understand because my Spanish was not that well. And he said, "Oh, what interesting, what interesting." And I said, "Thank you." And he went to the next one. When the president was gone, the lady who showed me around with the pictures came to me and said, sorry, I made a mistake, a terrible mistake. Sorry. I said, okay, no problem. What's the mistake?" She said, "It's not $100, it's $10,000. Because this is a very famous artist." And I didn't want to show that I have no clue of art, so I said, "Yeah, I thought so, that you made a mistake, but to be honest, this is far too much for me." And she went away. And later on, I understood that I was asked to be on this festival because I was the main, how you say it, buyer of the Dutch museum. I was the professional. I was introduced as a professional who wanted to buy some Peru art. So I made a really nice impression because, first of all, I didn't recognize that he was a really important painter. And second of all, and that's very Dutch, I wanted to have it cheap. If not, I didn't want to buy it.